Grim news on the jobs front, with unemployment sticking stubbornly above 9%.
The University of California San Diego Extension recently released its annual report of the 10 hottest jobs for Americans with college degrees. Jeff Havens, author of the book How to Get Fired, is back with us tonight. Good to see you again.
How are you, Susan?
So how is the job market for the 2011 grads?
It's tough, and a lot of employers especially have this idea, and it's justifiable, that a lot of kids aren't really prepared to work their way into a middle management or upper management position. They kind of come out of college expecting to start at the top already. So you have to understand that your job is a process, just like getting good at an instrument, getting good at a sport. You're going to probably start at the bottom. You're going to probably work maybe some stuff you don't really want to do, but you're going to work your way up and up and up as long as you're dedicated and actually work.
Now, this list of the 10 hottest jobs in America, number one is not in America.
No, I love that.
Teaching English overseas.
I had friends who did that after college. I had friends who taught in Japan for 2 years. I had friends who taught in South Korea for 2 years. Absolutely loved the experience. But it is a weird statement about the job situation in America. If you want a good job, young Americans, go away.
Go overseas.
Find somewhere else to be. So,
what else are some of the top 10?
I thought it was interesting on this list, Spanish translators, and they didn't even say what industry. They just said learn Spanish and then you can work anywhere. I think they mentioned government and aerospace and some other things like that. But Spanish is apparently the fastest growing language in the world right now, and so having that background is enormously helpful in order to find all kinds of jobs you might not otherwise have. I like seeing green jobs on this list, whatever that actually means, because, and I say this as often as I get to, the more we realize that keeping that money here versus sending it to oil-producing countries overseas, the money stays here, the jobs stay here, we'll be a stronger country, healthier, better in every way. And the sooner that actually starts happening, I think the better for America.
And number 3 on the list, mobile media. That didn't exist 3 or 4 years ago.
I know, yeah. And I mean, what's interesting about this, I have a friend who developed an app for the iPhone, the first generation iPhone, years and years and years ago. It turned the iPhone, it allowed you to use your iPhone like a flash drive. And he made enough money on that to quit his job for about 18 months. And then he decided after that, he did his 18 months, he tried to build some other apps for it, and none of them ended up panning out as well as this first one did. And he ended up getting another job in the tech industry kind of stuff. But it's really interesting how you can sit at home, if you're technologically savvy, and I am not, but if you're smart on computers, you can sit at home, design something you think people like, throw it out there for almost no money. It doesn't really cost you anything other than time and sweat equity to do these things. And every so often something hits, you make Angry Birds and you're a millionaire.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You're a millionaire.
Exactly.
Healthcare is pretty recession-proof, isn't it?
I
Always.
would think so, and more so as the baby boomers get older and require more of it. Geriatric healthcare sounds like the least appealing of the jobs on this top 10 list. Bathing old people, but it is important, and I don't see healthcare shrinking ever, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen. At some point, we're going to price ourselves out of an ability to afford healthcare. So I hope something happens to restrain premiums.
But if you're in college, study a foreign language seems to be especially Spanish.
So. Yeah, Spanish, and then of course Chinese, because there's all kinds of opportunities.
You speak
for
Chinese.
that.
I speak enough to scare waiters at a restaurant.
Do you really?
I went to high school in Hong Kong.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I have a friend I went to high school with who was from China, and I went to Boston with him at a Chinese restaurant. I was the only white person in there, and he ordered for me, and then whatever. And then halfway through, she came by and she gave me a fork. And I was like, I don't need this. I know how to use your chopsticks.
Jeff, thanks for your time. Thanks for the information.
Good to see
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you.